You know that before this video, I have mostly created informative videos. But in this video, I'm going to do some fun thing. We are going to create this animation with the help of HTML and CSS. So let's start. Hello everyone, this is Saru with Coding Design. Welcome to our channel. If you are new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm creating two files, index.html file and style.css file. In the index.html file, if I type exclamation sign and hit the tab button, you will get this HTML5 boilerplate, and in the title I'm giving chemical reaction. So inside the body tag I'm giving div with class name RB flask, and inside that div I'm giving another div with class name chemical. Outside of that RB flask div, I'm creating heading as one heading with class name brand name, and inside that I'm giving span tag with class name first name, and inside that I'm giving coding, and next to that I'm giving another span tag with the class name last name, and inside that I'm writing design. So if you have installed this extension called live server in VS Code, then if you right click in this index.html file, then you can get open with live server. That option, it will directly open your index.html file in local server of your default browser. So now let's link the CSS file inside the head tag. Just next to title tag I'm writing link and I'm giving the CSS link. Inside the CSS file, before going further, inside the root I'm creating different variables. So in order to create the variable, you need to write double hyphen variable name colon, and you can give your value semicolon. I'm going to create 3 more variables with different name: gray, blue, green, white, and in the same order I'm giving the individual value. So why would you create like variable? There are so many reasons, okay, but the main reason is that it will help you to maintain your code in the future. So for the universal selector, I'm giving margin and padding 0, because browsers, they do give, like for different elements, they do give some margin and padding. So in order to prevent that, I'm giving margin and padding for the universal selector. Similarly, I'm giving box sizing border box. Now let's style the body tag. So in the body tag, I'm giving height of 100 VH. Similarly, I'm giving the background color of gray color. So how can you access that gray variable? In order to access that gray variable, I'm writing var bracket, I'm giving that double hyphen gray. Okay, so you can keep that gray variable. So in order to bring all the contents at the center of the browser, I'm giving display flex. Justify content center, then it will bring your every content horizontally at the center. And also I am giving align items to center, so this property will help you to bring your every content vertically center. Similarly, now let's style this brand name. Okay, so for the class brand name, I'm giving color of white variable. So for that I'm writing var, inside that I'm giving white variable. For the class first name, font, so for the font weight I'm giving lighter, and for the font size I'm giving 2.5 rem, and for the font family Helvetica sans serif. Similarly, let's style this last name. So for the last name class, I want to duplicate this code. To duplicate the code, you can press Shift Alt down arrow. That command will duplicate your code. I want to change lighter to bolder. So now let's style the RB flask. So for the class RB flask, I'm giving height of 20 rem. For the width I'm giving 25 rem. So if I shave, okay, it's because like we have gave display flex and the flex direction is row, so that is why that kind of effect that you can see in the browser. So if I change that flex direction to column, then you can get, okay, this is what I want. So now in the RB Flash, I want to show you what's going on. Okay, if I give border 1 pixel solid, and if I give white color, then okay, you can see this, but I don't want that, so I'm removing that. Now let's style this chemical class. So for the chemical class, I'm giving width of 14 rem, and for the height I'm giving 14 rem, and also I want to give border of 0.2 rem solid, and for the border color I'm giving white. Now you can see that square. Similarly, I want to give this position of absolute. I'm referencing the parent to that RB Flask. So I'm giving for the RB Flask position relative. So in the chemical class, I'm giving from top. I want to bring it to the center of RB Flask. So in order to do that, from top, I'm giving 50%. And from left, I'm giving 50%. So I'm writing transform, translate minus 50%. So that is for x-axis, and for the y-axis, I'm giving minus 50%. So this is a kind of a trick so that children can be brought into the center of your parent. Let's give border radius of 50% because I want to give circle shape. I'm duplicating that border property. For the border top, I'm giving color of gray. Okay, now you can see at the top the border has been removed. And now let's give outline of 0.2 rem. For the outline width, I'm giving solid. For the color, I'm giving white. Again, you are getting the circle shape. So from that border, I want to take this outline of it far. So for that, I'm writing outline offset, and for the offset, I'm giving 0.5 rem. Similarly, I want to rotate. Okay, so in the transform property, I'm giving rotate 25 degree. You need to create now the neck or the opening mouth of that flask. So in order to do that, for the RB Flask, I'm giving after pseudo element, and inside that I'm giving position of absolute and width of 4.5 rem, and for the height I'm giving 5.5 rem. Similarly, I'm giving the background color of white, and also I want to give content none. Now you can see that white rectangle box. So I want to take it a little bit up. So for that I'm writing top minus 13.2%, and also I want to take a bit far from the center. So for that I'm writing left 63%. Similarly, I'm giving transform, translate. For the x-axis I'm giving minus 63%. Okay, now you can see it is a bit far away from the center. Similarly, let's rotate it. So in order to rotate, I'm giving rotate 15 degree. Similarly, let's give border of, for the width I'm giving 0.2 rem, and for the border style I'm giving solid. For the color I'm giving white. Now if I change the background color to gray, now you can see it's taking shape of bottle. And now let's give border top to none and border bottom to none. But you can see like there is border. Okay, let's hide that border. So in order to do that, I'm adjusting left and top value. So for the top I'm giving minus 11.5%, and for the left I'm giving 62.5%, and in the translate x I'm giving minus 62.5%. So now it's taking the shape of that round bottle shape. This is what you call RB Flask. So now I want to give some chemical inside that flask. So in order to do that, for the chemical class I'm giving after pseudo element. So inside that I'm writing position. I'm giving position of absolute. Content I'm not giving anything. So for the width I'm giving 100%. And for the height I'm giving 130%. Similarly, I want to give background color. For the color I'm giving green. Okay, now you can see that a rectangle box with green color. Green box is blocking our RB Flask in order to hide that overflow content. For the chemical class I want to give overflow hidden. take it little bit down. So for that I'm giving top of 50%, and also I want to take it a little bit left side, so I'm giving left of 15%. Similarly, let's give transform. I want to rotate, so I'm giving rotate 75 degree. So this is what the chemical that we are storing in our RB flask. So now let's go back to the HTML file. Inside the chemical class div, I'm giving another div with class name bubbles, and inside that div I'm gonna create 5 more div with class name bubble. So let's save it, and now let's style the bubbles class. So for the bubbles class, I'm giving position of absolute, and for the width I'm giving 100%. For the height I'm giving 100%. Okay, now let's style this bubble. For the bubble I'm giving width of 1 rem, height of 1 rem. I want to give background color of green. Okay, now you can see at the corner. Let's give transform, translate. For the x-axis I'm giving 60 pixel, and for the y-axis I'm giving 65 pixel. Okay, now you can see more of it, and let's give border radius of 50% so that it will give me a round shape. Okay, now you can see 5 bubbles, okay, but they are not in proper position. You can see like bubble that's children of class bubbles. So for the bubbles, if I give the display flex, so for the justify content I'm giving center, and also for the align items to center. Okay, now you can't see anything because that is just below that green or that liquid that we have created. If I inspect the element, you can see, now you can see it is just back of that chemical. Okay, so now inside the bubbles I'm giving transform, translate. For the x-axis I'm giving 10 pixel. Finally, we are in the CSS animation part. First of all, let's animate this RB flask. So in order to animate RB flask, we are giving animation property. So for the animation property, I'm giving animation name shake. For the animation duration, I'm giving 1.3 second. For the timing function, I'm giving is in and out. Okay, to create the animation, we need to give this add keyframes. So after add keyframes, I'm giving animation name. So we have gave shake as an animation name. So let's keep that, and inside that you can use to and from. Okay, but I'm gonna use percent. Okay, for the 0% I'm giving transform, translate x to 0. So let's duplicate this code for more 4 times. Let's give 20, 40%, 60%, 80%. Okay, I didn't give 0, so let's keep that. Once more I need to duplicate this code, so let's give 100%. So in the 20% I'm giving translate x to minus 20 pixel. In the 40% I'm giving 20 pixel. In the 60% I'm giving minus 20 pixel, and in the 80% I'm giving 20 pixel, and at the 100% I'm giving back to 0. So this code will give this kind of animation you can see in the browser. So now let's animate that green color chemical. Now let's go to the chemical. After pseudo element, let's give animation. So I'm giving animation name wave. Animation duration I'm giving 1.3 second. For the timing function I'm giving linear. The process is same. At keyframe I'm giving animation name wave, and inside that I'm creating for the 0%. Let's copy that code and let's give transform rotate 75 degree. Similarly, let's copy that background color. So for the background color I'm giving at 0% blue. In the browser you can see. So for the 10% I'm giving transform rotate 69 degree, and let's copy this code for more 8 times. So 20%, 30%, 40%, Let's duplicate one more time and let's write 100%. So at 20% I'm giving 62 degree, at 40% I'm giving 75 degree, at 50% I'm giving 80 degree, at 60% I'm giving 85 degree, at 70% I'm giving 90 degree, at 80% I'm giving back to 85 degree, at 90% I'm giving 80 degree, and at 100% I'm giving back to 75 degree. So in the browser you can see some kind of wave animation. I want to show that blue color for more longer time. So in the 70% I'm giving background color to that blue color. Now you can see in the browser it's taking more time to change into green. So now let's animate the bubbles. For the bubble class, I'm giving animation name of chemical bubbles, and for the animation duration I'm giving 2 second, timing function to linear, and the iteration count to infinite. So at keyframe I'm giving animation name of chemical bubbles. Now at 0% I'm giving, let's duplicate this code, same that transform, translate 60 pixel for the x-axis and 65 pixel for the y-axis, and also let's give at 20% I'm giving opacity 1, and also at 0% I'm giving opacity 0. Similarly, let's duplicate this code. So at 60% I'm writing transform. Okay, let's duplicate that code first of all. Instead of transform I'm giving opacity to 1. For the y-axis I am giving 45 pixel, and for the transform for the x-axis I am giving 20 pixel. So now let's duplicate this code, and at the 100% I want to give transform x to minus 40 pixel, and for the y-axis I am giving minus 80 pixel. Okay, in the browser now you can see that chemical bubbles, they are moving upward, but I have noticed that positions, they are not that great. So in the bubbles, let's keep that justify content to space between. Okay, now you can see it's looking much more better. So for the animation chemical bubbles at 0% I want to add some scale. So I want to give some scale of 0.3 at 0%, and at 100% I'm giving a scale of 0.4. I want to give some, like variation. So I want to give some variation in that bubbles. So to do that, I can give for the bubble class, pseudo class, nth child. For the first child, I'm giving animation delay of 1.4 second. And let's duplicate this code. Similarly, let's give width of 2 rem and height of 2 rem. Okay, let's give animation delay to 3.8 second. So let's duplicate this code for the third child. Okay, I have forgot to change that number. So let's change it to 2, and also let's change it to 3. So for the width, I am giving 2.5 rem for the height and width, and also let's change its animation delay to 0.9 second. Similarly, let's duplicate this code for the fourth child. I am giving width and height to 1.4 rem, and also for the animation delay, I am giving 3 seconds. Let's duplicate that code, and for the fifth child, I am giving animation delay to 2.2 seconds. So now in the browser you can see our animation is working, but something is wrong. Oh yeah, at 100% let's give it opacity to 0. Okay, now it's looking better. If you go back to the browser, okay, let's take it to the full screen. Now you can see in the beginning color of our chemical is blue. As soon as RB flask, it shakes and changes into green color, and also there appear multiple bubbles which get evaporate in the air. So this is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you did learn something, smash that like button. If you have any kind of queries, let me know in the comment box. Share this video if you think someone needs it, and also be sure to hit that subscribe button. Remember, there is always more to learn. So keep learning.